welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and today what I'm going to be doing is a stained glass finished tray, and what I'm going to be using is this glass leading and then letting that cure up and then filling it with resin so it looks like a stained glass. But before I do that, what I need to do is I need to prime the wood and the edges to ensure that once I put the resin in it that it's not going to leak or cause bubbles, because this tray, this type of bare wood will cause bubbles to keep slowly releasing the resin and it will spoil the final finish. So I'm just using a white acrylic paint and I'm making sure I get it all the way into the corners and all the way along the bare wood edge. And what I will do is I will probably give this about 2 or 3 coats of the acrylic paint once it's dried to ensure that it's nice and settled. And the reason I'm using the white is because I'm going to be using a few of the transparent pigments when I actually put the resin in. So I've painted the tray now both inside and on the sides as well. I haven't painted the sides because I will probably have to just sand the sides down anyway if I get any marks or anything on them. And what I need to do now is I need to draw on here the picture that I want to use. I've drawn my pattern on there now and I'm really happy with how that's come out. And what I'm going to do now is I will follow through using this leading in this bottle on this. Now I'm going to cut this tip down quite a bit because I want this leading to come out fairly thick. So I'll quickly show you how thick I want it to come out. That's the size that I've cut the tip off it for. It will come out now fairly thick. And it goes on really easily. I'm going to start here and you just have to squeeze and follow the pattern of the drawing that you've got down. You just go following it all the way around, and then once you've done, you let that dry. Now I will let that dry for probably about 24 hours before I add any resin to it. I like to ensure that it's really completely dry, because if not I end up sticking my hand in it and then mushing it around and having to redo it again. It's all dried now and it's all gone nice and firm. So I've mixed up quite a thin resin for this one. And what I'm going to be using is translucent colours, because I think it's important to have translucent colours to be able to see through, so it looks more like a stained glass window. And all I do is I pop my pipette in there like so, suck up some of the stuff. I keep a tissue at hand as well so I can wipe off all the little bits, and then I just fill in. My tremor's quite bad today, but that's why it works with using a pipette. It's like a woodpecker. But you can't let these things stop you. And then what I'll do is I will use my long neck lighter, because I don't want to go over it with a torch and get rid of any bubbles that are coming up. And if some of the bubbles don't come up, then all I'll use is I'll use a toothpick or this like blunt nose tip from a syringe to get rid of the bubbles. So I'm going to carry on doing this now in fast forward, so please enjoy that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Check out my join button as well, because I've got a really good community going on now in the members only area. You get a lot of perks by becoming a member, and we have a great live streams and we have great VIP areas where we all support each other and help each other. This is cured now, and I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I am aware that there is some bits here that look like it's bled, but unfortunately that was yesterday when I had my tremor. It was quite bad, and I just couldn't keep it into the actual areas that it was meant to be. But I can't let that stop me, and I really like the way that that has now come out as well. I think it looks nice. What I'm going to do now is, to be able to protect it, I've got here another resin that I know that is heat resistant up to about 95 degrees centigrade, and I'm going to pour that over the top just in a thin layer to allow it to completely cover and protect this final picture, and to go over the actual leading as well. So what I'll do is I'm just going to spread this out using this little silicone brush that I've got here, and I find that that doesn't hurt or damage at all any of what I've already put down. You don't want anything hard on it because I don't want scratches on it. So I'm just going to put a bit more on. I'm quite happy with that now. And I think that just finishes it off nicely, having that final coat of resin over it. I will let that cure up. I will knock off any bubbles, not using a torch, but using my long-necked lighter, just in case, because I don't want any blooming on it. And sometimes a big area like this, you can get blooming from using too much heat. I'll do that, let it cure up, and then I'm going to paint the tray, and I'll show you what it looks like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it quite a statement piece. So I'm going to, and as you know, I love these iridescent paints. So I'm going to paint it with the Arteza Iridescent Fancy Black. This is all finished now. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. I absolutely love it. I think this is one of my favourite projects. It really does look like stained glass in there, I think. And I absolutely love the finish to the wooden tray using this iridescent black. And anybody who watches my videos will know that I love iridescent colours. The camera doesn't always pick it up as well as I see it, but it does look really nice. And I think I'll be giving that to somebody or using that. And I like the way that I'm glad I put the stained glass leading around the edge as well, because it makes it feel like a finished stained glass window. Just a shame about my tremor, but we can't have everything in life. I hope you've enjoyed this project. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help my video to get out there. Check out the video that's coming up next on how I did another tray. I think you'll really enjoy that, and I look forward to seeing you in that video soon.